What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you how I was able to turn this into this in only the span of about 3 months on a budget. This was made possible by using 5 different steps. By the end of this video, you'll understand how I was able to create a space that is comfortable and functional on a budget so that you can too. And before I say anything, I want you to know that I do not claim to be a professional interior designer. I was able to find what works for me, and hopefully this can inspire you to kind of figure out what works for you. All of these tips can be applied to anyone. Starting with number 5, you have to let the space evolve on its own. It's gonna take time, it's gonna take a lot of effort, it's gonna take a lot of days at the thrift store scrolling Facebook Marketplace to find the right pieces. You can't be thinking, oh, I gotta get the space filled, like this isn't complete, I have to do this and do this and do this. If you rush it, you end up creating a space that does not feel like home and does not have any sort of personality. It's gonna take time, and that's okay. It is totally okay. And I can confidently say right now that the space does not feel finished yet, and I know for a fact that it's going to mature over time and constantly change in little ways or big ways. And make sure that you wait till the end of this video because point number 1 was a game changer for me, and I think it could have a lot of impact for you too. Okay, now moving on to point number 4. Choose one anchor per room. One strong piece matters way more than lots of little decor. It's gonna set the tone for everything else and tie it all together. Let me show you a couple things that can apply to.
So here in the kitchen, I have these bar stools.
For all 4 of these, I only paid $25. I looked up the price online for these. For a pack of 2, it was 650 bucks for 2. And I got 4 for $25. That's insane. For this particular space, it's my record player and my speaker set. Now, before I even owned this record player, I had speakers. This is where I got really lucky because I found this record player for $75 on Facebook and I was able to get it for $50. This can play vinyls, cassettes, 8-track, and radio all in one machine. I feel like most spaces are usually designed to be centered around the TV, whereas for me, this record player is the center of the room. So once I had all this figured out, I was like, well, I gotta put something above it. So I thrifted this artwork. It realistically probably came from like an old hotel, but it's the Brooklyn Bridge. I personally have lots of good memories in New York City, and I eventually would like to live there one day, so this kind of serves that purpose of being a bit of inspiration, you could say. And it felt a little bit unbalanced, so I added more frames over to this side. These 2 here are from an artist that I follow on Instagram. I'll put her tag on screen. And this one was done by my sister. So I ordered this piece from her, and now it hangs proudly on my wall. And I do eventually want to get different frames for these because I do not like the frames. They're cheap, don't like them. But again, it's all a start. It's all gonna evolve. It's all gonna mature over time. It's gonna look so much better, trust me.
Once I had this side figured out, I felt like I needed to fill in the space over here.
This snowboard here was given to me by one of my best friends. So I actually do keep this board in shape to use. It's currently waxed, so I could take it out right now and it'd work. And then here's my guitar that I'm learning to play. It's here not only because it's pretty, but it also plays a very important role of how I've made this place functional and livable, which I'll talk about here in a minute. Moving on to number 3, buy slowly on purpose. This will save you so much more money because you'll be spending more time trying to find the right piece for the right price rather than going out and buying the first thing that you think will work. Because down the line, you will almost guaranteed have to swap it out for something else, which results in you ending up paying double. And stick around to the end of this video because I will show you how much everything costs. Kind of going along with the first point that I made, by letting the space evolve, you really just want to wait to fill everything up. The longer you wait, the more that you'll realize what you like and what you don't like and how you want to make the space feel, rather than jumping on every impulse. Number 2, get the lighting right first. Because for me personally, lighting affects everything and it affects how you feel. Little light supremacy, okay? Having little lights here and there around the house will make the space feel so much more intentional and less like you're inside of Walmart.
I got this beautiful light for $8 at the thrift store. These lights right here were just regular clear glass, and then I ended up painting them. The paint job is terrible, don't look too closely, but it does work, and it adds way more character rather than them just being clear. These 2 lights might be my favorite in the house. I changed the light housing for these orbs. I can change them to any color or brightness that I want, and they're literally the best thing in this kitchen. I love it. Even this light in my bedroom, this was like $8. Like, it's super unique. Beautiful, love it. I got this light here for like 10 bucks. I have this little light in my entryway underneath this snowboard bench that I made. It makes it to where you don't have to flip on any of the big lights whenever you're coming home. These sunset lamps are honestly super handy because you can stick them anywhere and it elevates any space.
So trust me, lighting matters way more than you might think it does. Okay, we have made it to point number 1. Design for how you live. Because if it supports your daily life, the place will always feel like home. For me, I was trying to create a place that made me feel creatively energized, but could also be a place to wind down, relax, and reset. And something that you might be able to apply from this is if there's a hobby that you're trying to work on and you want to make it as easy as possible to do that hobby, is to add it to the space where you spend the most time. In my case, I wanted to practice playing guitar more often, so I put it in the main living space.
Now, if I ever want to play guitar, it's going to be right here. My amp is right there. I hook it up and I sit down in this chair
and I get myself to sit down and practice. See, this is what I mean. If you eliminate all the extra steps they have to take to practice on something and cultivate a space that makes it so much easier, then you're good. You don't have to worry about doing all these extra things. I don't have to take my guitar out of the case and take my amp out of the closet in order to practice. It is all right here. It's set up. It's ready for me to go. And this entire concept can apply to so many different things. So walking through the space now, I realize that there's still so much more that can be added here. It's not complete, it's not perfect, and it hasn't fully matured, and I don't know if it ever will because I'm always changing, which means wherever I live will constantly be changing as well. So you might be wondering what the price for everything in this room was. I'm going to be excluding the price of the TV as well as the couch. So everything else excluding that came out to $300. An insane deal for what I was able to get for that price. I'm telling you, Facebook Marketplace is the way to go. Thrift shops are the way to go. Not only are you getting things for cheaper, but you're also getting things that are made with better quality and have stood the test of time and have lived to see another day. Whereas most IKEA furniture only lasts like maybe 5 years. So that is how I was able to turn this big, white, ugly box into something that was comfortable and functional. Hopefully you learned something from this video, and I will see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.